So there's really a lot of different things we can look at for quality. The first thing I want to look at is this handle play feature. So of course this is not Lego, and we'll talk about some of the piece connections in a second, but this is the main play feature for this gunship, and this handle will allow you to pick up the gunship and you can fly it around. You know, Lego is very known for its sturdy builds, at least most of the time. So let's see how this play feature stacks up in the fake one. So yeah, I mean, this is super sturdy. I completely trust this. I walk around campus just holding this thing in my hand. I'm not worried about it falling. Very good quality, a very good build. I mean, it's the same build again as Lego's, so this is really Lego's design, but just the quality here of this handle is super good. Next, let's take a look at some of the hatches here, because that's a big part of the quality. You know, Lego doors and hatches, they have very smooth openings and closings, so let's see how this stacks up. I didn't realize how many openings this gunship had, but here is the first one. So you can see both sides there. Pretty smooth. I mean, it's a little difficult when you're getting it back down. You gotta push kind of hard to get it back in there. But overall, I'd say that opening is pretty comparable to Lego's. Moving up to the cockpit, these are super smooth, very, very similar to Lego. You probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference if you just opened this up and stuck a minifigure in there. And moving right along here, we have the bubble turrets. These are quite a bit stiffer than Lego's. They will turn down, so you can shoot droids, whatever, when you're flying. But this part is super stiff, so you have to push really hard to angle these bubble turrets down. So this part, I would say you kind of get a feel for the quality of some of these hinges, especially these Technic pieces, as they are not Lego. And yeah, you can really tell that this area, this section specifically, you can really tell that this is not official Lego. Bubble turrets on the wings are pretty easy to open and close, so that's all good up here. And of course, the main play feature to any gunship are these sliding doors here. So there you go. These are actually surprisingly loose, so I think they're more loose than Lego's official. I'm not really sure, but when I'm carrying this thing around, sometimes they'll slide open just like that. I'm not sure if that's the same or different to Lego's, but it's pretty loose here, and there's a reason. There's something else we'll look at in just a second that makes me think this is because this is knockoff Technic pieces, Technic connections. So I think this isn't the same as Lego. I think Lego will probably have a more sturdy build, but let me know if you guys have this gunship in official Lego and if that is correct. And then the last play feature here is this back door. No complaints there, super easy to open and close. So door opening and closing is pretty easy again, besides the bubble turrets. And then I think these doors are a little too easy, so you can kind of tell there the quality is a bit off, but this is really what I wanted to talk about for the quality up here in the front. These double guns up here on any gunship are really a defining feature, so this part really stinks about this knockoff. So I'm gonna pick it up, and you might be able to see just how loose these things really are. Sometimes they won't even stand up, just like that. Yep, you can see just like that. So that is really a bummer, because this would be sweet if they just stood up like that, but anytime you move it, it always falls down with gravity there. So this rotating gun quality is pretty bad, and this is something you would never see with Lego. Lego, it always has, you know, snug fits, sturdy build here. So this part is really easy to tell, in my opinion, that this is fake Lego just looking at the front guns here. The molds for these bricks are identical to Lego's, but sometimes it was pretty difficult to put pieces on and get them off, especially up here on these twin cannons, these turbo cannons that fire the missiles. These were super tough to put together, and that is because they're not Lego. I mean, I was literally tearing my fingers up trying to push these together, and I actually built them wrong, so I had to take them apart, and that was even worse. I broke the piece connector. But I broke that thing. It came with a knockoff version of that. I actually broke that thing trying to get these apart, just because once I got it together, it was super difficult to pull apart. And that's just a testament to the great quality of Lego's bricks. I mean, like I said, they fit together so snug, but you can also take them apart. And when they are together, they're super sturdy. So yeah, the bricks overall don't really, I mean, they compare, of course, to Lego's bricks, but just the build process I found to be a lot more difficult than a Lego set would be. So because of that, and especially because of these cannons up front, I'm gonna rate the quality of this set a 5 out of 10. Yes, a lot of these doors and hinges open pretty well, but just from building this set, I really found that the process wasn't super comparable to Lego. I honestly didn't enjoy building this thing as much as I would an actual Lego set, just because of how hard I would have to push on some of these pieces just to fit them together. So yeah, 5 out of 10. Next, let's look at the compatibility of this gunship.